Hey everyone, welcome back to Mindscape. Did you know that handling conflict the right way can strengthen your professional relationships? It all starts with how you choose to communicate. Let's explore some simple yet powerful ways to improve your professional communication today. 1. Acknowledge the conflict. Acknowledging the conflict means recognizing that a problem exists instead of avoiding it or pretending it's not there. Many people try to ignore issues, hoping they will go away on their own. However, conflicts often grow worse when left unaddressed. By admitting there's a problem, you create an opportunity to fix it before it escalates. It's important to approach the situation calmly and with an open mind, showing that you are willing to find a solution. For example, if two co-workers disagree on how to finish a project, saying, "I think we have different views on this. Let's talk it through," opens the door for productive conversation instead of allowing tension to build. 2. Stay calm and composed. Staying calm and composed during a conflict is key to solving it effectively. When emotions take over, it's easy to say things you don't mean or make the situation worse. By staying calm, you can think more clearly and respond in a way that helps resolve the issue instead of fueling the argument. Take deep breaths and focus on keeping your voice steady and respectful. Keeping control of your emotions shows professionalism and helps the other person stay calm too. For instance, if a coworker criticizes your work in front of others, instead of reacting angrily, you could calmly say, "I'd like to discuss this later when we can talk privately." This keeps the situation under control and respectful. 3. Focus on the issue, not the person. Focusing on the issue, not the person, means addressing the problem without attacking or blaming someone personally. When emotions are high, it's easy to criticize the other person, but that only makes them defensive. Instead, concentrate on the specific behavior or situation that caused the conflict. Keep the conversation about what went wrong and how it can be fixed, rather than making it about personal flaws. This approach helps keep things professional and constructive. For example, if a team member missed a deadline, instead of saying, "You're always careless," say, "The deadline was missed and it impacted the project. Let's talk about how we can avoid that next time." This way, the focus stays on improving the outcome, not on personal blame. Practice active listening. Practicing active listening means fully focusing on the other person when they are speaking, without interrupting or planning your response while they talk. It shows that you respect their viewpoint and are open to understanding their side of the issue. To actively listen, make eye contact, nod to show you're paying attention, and ask clarifying questions if something is unclear. This helps avoid misunderstandings and makes the conversation more productive. Active listening also creates a calmer environment for resolving conflict because it shows you're willing to listen, not just argue. For example, if a coworker says, "I feel left out of decisions," instead of jumping to defend yourself, you could respond, "I understand you feel that way. Can you tell me more about when this happened?" 5. Use I statements. Using I statements means talking about how you feel or how something affects you instead of blaming the other person. This approach helps avoid making the other person defensive and keeps the conversation focused on solving the problem. When you use I statements, you take responsibility for your feelings rather than accusing someone of causing them. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could say, "I feel ignored when I'm not given a chance to share my thoughts." This makes it easier for the other person to understand your feelings without feeling attacked. By framing it this way, the focus stays on how to improve the situation rather than assigning blame or guilt. 6. Clarify and summarize. Clarifying and summarizing during a conversation means making sure you fully understand what the other person is saying before responding. This helps avoid misunderstandings and ensures you're both on the same page. To clarify, ask questions like, "Can you explain that further?" Or, "Do you mean?" Summarizing involves repeating back the key points in your own words to confirm your understanding, like saying, "So, what you're saying is..." This shows the other person that you're listening and trying to understand them. For example, if a colleague says, "I've been feeling overwhelmed with extra tasks," you could respond with, "It sounds like you've had more work than expected, and it's affecting you. Is that right?" This keeps communication clear and effective. 7. Seek common ground. Seeking common ground means finding areas where both you and the other person agree, even if you're in conflict. This helps shift the focus from arguing to working together on a solution. When you both agree on something, it creates a foundation for resolving the issue. Start by identifying shared goals or values. For example, if you and a coworker disagree on how to handle a project, you might both agree that the project's success is the priority. By saying something like, "We both want this project to succeed, so let's figure out the best way forward," you create a sense of teamwork. This makes it easier to discuss differences calmly and work toward a solution that benefits everyone. 8. Offer solutions, not demands. Offering solutions, not demands, means suggesting ways to fix a problem, instead of telling someone what to do. Demanding something can make the other person feel pressured or controlled, which often leads to resistance. Instead, focus on finding options that both of you can agree on. Offering solutions shows your willingness to work together and makes the conversation more cooperative. For example, if a coworker's late responses are slowing down a project, instead of saying, "You need to answer emails faster," you could suggest, "Could we set a specific time to review updates each day?" That way, we stay on track. This approach invites collaboration and makes it easier for both sides to feel involved in the solution. 9. Agree on action steps. Agreeing on action steps means deciding together what needs to be done to resolve the conflict and prevent it from happening again. After discussing the issue and exploring solutions, it's important to create a clear plan. This makes sure both parties know what actions to take and helps avoid future misunderstandings. Be specific about the steps, timelines, and responsibilities. For example, if you and a coworker have had trouble with missed deadlines, you could agree to check in every Friday to review progress. You might say, "Let's make sure we send each other updates by Friday so we can stay on schedule." By having a clear plan in place, both sides feel accountable, and it helps ensure the solution is followed through. Great communication can change everything at work, so take action now. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe for more ways to improve your career.